Do you know this feeling? You love music, but practice, content creation and rehearsals often feel like an endless to-do list. You think, I should be doing more, but your body is like, no. In this video, I show you why fun isn't a luxury. It's actually the engine of your productivity and how you as a musician can get more done without burning out. Have fun, don't burn out. Let's dive in. Hey, I'm Martin from Music and Mind. I help musicians create a life that doesn't just look good on stage, but also feels good on the inside. In this video, we talk about 3 things. Why more discipline is not the main problem, how to bring more lightness into practice, songwriting and projects, how to protect yourself from burnout without killing your dreams. If you like, grab your instrument or notebook and write down 1 to 3 things you want to try today. As musicians, we often have this story in our heads. If we are just more disciplined, then I practice more, I write more songs, I post more, I network more, I get more gigs. But psychologically, the opposite often happens. Stress, pressure, and self-criticism narrow your focus. Your brain goes into survival mode. You think more rigidly, you are less creative, less willing to experiment. Positive emotion, on the other hand, expand our perspective. When you feel curious, playful, light, you're more creative, more courageous, more open to new ideas. So, fun isn't a bonus. Fun is a productivity strategy. For you as a musician, this means the more you design your work so that it feels good, the easier it becomes to sit down and start, stay consistent, make better music, and not completely burn out in the process. Turn practice into a game instead of, I have to play this scale for 60 minutes, try. A time boxing game. Set a 10-minute timer. In those 10 minutes, your only goal is to be curious. Play the scale backwards. Change rhythm or articulation every few bars. Pretend it's part of a movie soundtrack. Psychologically, you're tricking your brain. Instead of duty, it feels play and autonomy. And autonomy is a core ingredient of motivation. Turn your practice goals into challenges. Examples. The 5 variations challenge. Take a simple chord progression and find 5 different grooves or moods. The goal is creativity, not just grinding. 1 take challenge. Record yourself on your phone. 1 take, no perfectionism. Afterwards, just write down 1 to 2 things you do different next time. These little challenges make your progress visible. And visible progress means more dopamine, and that means more motivation to keep going. A fun warm-up for every day. Create a simple ritual. The first 5 minutes with your instrument are just for you. No perfectionism, no to-do list, just playing, improvising, or jamming with a favorite song. Only after that do you move into the more serious stuff. This way, your brain doesn't only associate your instrument with stress, but with joy and freedom. Clarity and self-efficacy for musicians. A lot of musicians constantly feel behind. More skills, more posting, more networking, more gigs. The real problem? No focus. And without focus, everything feels like not enough. Your weekly set list, instead of juggling 20 tasks in your head. Create a weekly set list with maximum 3 priorities. For example, musical development. That means improvise over 2-5-1 in 2 keys. Or output. That means finish 1 song sketch or record 2 short reels. Connection. That means meet, call, jam with a musician friend. These are your headlines. Everything else is an anchor if you still have energy. Psychologically, this strengthens your sense of control and self-efficacy. 2 big protectors against stress. Whenever you notice you're putting something off, ask, what's the smallest, ridiculously easy next step? Not plan my album, but listen to 3 favorite albums and write down what I love about them. Not create an Instagram strategy, but find 3 artists whose content I love. Not finish the song, but rewrite just the chorus lyrics. Your nervous system loves small, manageable steps. That's how you reduce your fear and resistance. Music is inherently social, but many musicians sit alone in their room, compare themselves online, and still feel like they are not good enough. Find 1 or 2 people you check in with regularly, for example, once a week. What do you want to do musically this week? What was the 1 win from last week? Important? No pressure, no ranking. It's about connection and speaking your progress out loud. That sends a signal to your brain. I'm on a path, I'm not doing this alone. Co-writing sessions, online is fine. Practice calls, camera on, everyone works on their stuff, 5 minutes of sharing at the end. Feedback rounds. Many musicians say, I'm just lazy. Psychologically, that's almost never true. Much more often it's fear of not being good enough, fear of being judged or laughed at, fear of rejection when you put yourself out there. When you feel yourself avoiding something, example, recording, posting, preparing for a gig, ask, is there a lack of clarity? Do I really know what to do? Can I break it into 10-minute steps? Am I afraid of something? Complete the sentence. I'm putting this off because I'm afraid that. Are my standards too high? Am I secretly expecting it to be genius, perfect, flawless the first time? Just becoming aware of this can already release a lot of tension. Microdoses of courage. Instead of waiting until you feel confident, you work with tiny courage moments. Posting a 15-second clip instead of the perfect studio recording. Performing for 3 trusted people before a bigger gig. Sending a rough demo with the label Work in progress. Honest feedback welcome. Your brain learns, I can show up even when it's not perfect, and I survive. Over time, this reduces fear and with it, procrastination. Especially with musicians, I often see a mix of too many projects, too little real recovery, and doing things that no longer feel aligned. Once a month, ask yourself, what am I saying yes to even though I don't really mean it? Maybe a gig that drains you every time? A project you only keep doing out of obligation? It's completely okay to end things or make them smaller or put them on pause. Boundaries are not ego. They are energy management. Not every break recharges you. 2 hours of doom scrolling might feel like a break, but your nervous system often ends up more agitated. Good recharging activities for musicians could be walking without headphones, or listening to music without analyzing, just enjoying. Or moving your body, yoga, running, dancing, whatever you like. Time with people around whom you don't have to perform. Schedule the things on purpose, not if there's time left. You wouldn't leave your instrument out in the rain either. Ask yourself honestly, why do I make music? Creativity? Connection? Expression? Freedom? In which area does my current music life feel farthest away from those values? Maybe social media? Maybe certain jobs that make you cynical? Then choose one small adjustment. If connection is important, maybe more collabs, less lone wolf mode. If creativity is important, one weekly session where the result does not matter at all, as long as you play around. If freedom is important, look for commitments you can reduce or renegotiate. The more your daily life matches your values, the more resilient you become against burnout. Let's wrap this up. Have fun, don't burn out doesn't mean everything's always easy. It means you design your music life in a way that feeds your energy instead of draining it. You use play to make practicing and creating more playful. You build power by setting clear, small, doable steps. You lean on people so you don't walk this path alone. And you protect yourself from burnout by taking your boundaries, your rest, and your values seriously. If you like, drop in the comments. What's one small thing from this video you're going to try in the next 24 hours? If you want your music life to feel lighter, clearer and more aligned with psychology on your side, hit subscribe and check out the other Music in Mind videos. And if you want to go deeper, I created an ebook about dissolving limited beliefs as a musician. The stories like I'm not good enough, I'm too late, no one cares about my music that quietly sabotage your progress and joy. You find the link in the description. It's a practical guide to noticing, questioning, and transforming those beliefs so you can create from a place of freedom instead of fear. Thank you for spending your time and attention here. Take good care of yourself and don't forget, have fun, don't burn out.